Hi folks, in today's fast-paced world, a good idea alone isn't enough to start a business that can thrive. You need momentum, strategy, and a smart game plan to break through the noise. In this video, I'll give you 5 tips that can come handy if you are a budding entrepreneur. So, keeping it crisp and simple, let's get into it. First, build your business philosophy. Building a solid business philosophy is like laying the foundation of a skyscraper. It might not be visible from the outside, but it holds everything up. For a startup, this philosophy becomes your compass when things get messy. And trust me, they will. It defines not just what you do, but why and how you do it. At its core, a good business philosophy rests on values like integrity, accountability, innovation, empathy, and resilience. These aren't just buzzwords to hang in your office. They are the unshakable ground rules that guide every decision, every pitch, every product, and every hire. From day one, it's important to build a work culture that values transparency over hierarchy, collaboration over control, and impact over egos. Your employees shouldn't just clock in for paychecks. They should believe in the mission, feel empowered to speak up, and be held accountable to a shared standard. Whether it's your intern or your co-founder, the culture should promote ownership, mutual respect, and an unwavering pursuit of excellence. This creates a team that doesn't just work hard, it works smart together. Of course, your business approach will evolve. Markets shift, customer demands change, and technology moves fast. So your strategy must be flexible. But your core philosophy, that's your anchor. It ensures that no matter how many pivots you make, your startup doesn't lose its soul. Startups that scale sustainably are not just driven by profits, but by principles. When your team knows what you stand for, they stand with you through the chaos, the coffee-fueled nights, and the make or break moments. So, if you haven't already, ask yourself, what do you believe in? What kind of company do we want to be remembered as? Because when the storm hits, it's your philosophy that will keep the ship steady and everyone rowing in the same direction. The second tip is create a solid pitch. A strong pitch doesn't just describe your product or service. It explains the problem you are solving and who you are solving it for. Ask yourself, what pain point does my customer face every day? Does my business make their life easier, faster, or better? Creating a solid pitch for your business starts with clearly defining your value proposition. In other words, what unique solutions are you offering and why should anyone care? Remember, nobody cares what you are doing for yourself. They care about what you are doing for them. A great pitch speaks directly to your audience's needs, not your personal ambitions. It should answer the question, why should I trust you with my time, money, or attention? In a way that's clear, convincing, and customer focused. Persuade them as to why you are a better fit to solve their problems than anyone else. The third tip is seek help. Now, most of you might not know this, but there are amazing platforms called incubators or incubation cells that can supercharge your startup journey. Think of them as the ultimate startup support hubs. Part classrooms, part launchpad, and part network central. These are spaces where early stage businesses get access to everything they need to grow. Expert mentorship, office infrastructure, funding connections, technical guidance, legal advice, and marketing support, all under one roof. They help you fine-tune your ideas, build a solid business model, and avoid costly beginner mistakes. One of the coolest things about incubators, you are not alone. You are surrounded by fellow entrepreneurs, bouncing ideas off each other, learning from shared failures, and celebrating small wins together. Some are run by top universities, other by industry leaders or government-backed programs, and many of them offer resources at little or no cost. They also keep you on track with regular check-ins and growth milestones, giving your dream the structure and momentum it needs. So, if you're serious about taking your startup from idea to impact, an incubator might just be the launchpad you didn't know you needed. The fourth tip is the MVP approach. Let's talk about a game-changing strategy that every smart entrepreneur swears by. The MVP approach, or minimum viable product. Now, the name might sound a little tacky, but the idea is brilliantly simple. Instead of building the perfect product, you start with the bare minimum version that solves the core problems for your target customers. Why? Because perfection is expensive, time consuming, and often totally unnecessary at the start. The MVP helps you test the waters without diving in blind. It's like building the skeleton before worrying about the makeup and accessories. Imagine you are launching a food delivery app. Instead of coding every fancy feature, your MVP could be a basic website where users place orders and you manually coordinate deliveries. The goal isn't to wow people with tech, it's to learn what works, what doesn't, and what your users actually want. It saves time, money, and most importantly, it gives you real feedback from real users. You build, you test, you learn, and you improve. Marketing. Last but not the least in today's tips are a few ways where you can market your business to reach the right audience. Marketing a brand isn't just about shouting louder. It's about being heard by the right people in the right way. To truly reach a large audience, you need to be everywhere your audience is. And that means mastering both organic and paid channels. Social media is your brand's megaphone. Platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and even Pinterest can help you build a voice, connect with audience, and create a vibe that people relate to. Other than this, there's a content marketing, blogs, videos, podcasts, or even newsletters that don't just sell but educate and inspire. People trust brands that give them value before asking for anything in return. But wait, don't ignore the power of cold outreach. That is sending personalized emails, DMs, or messages to potential clients or investors who have never heard of you before. It might sound awkward, but when done right, cold outreach is a strategic hustle. The key: be personal, be clear, and don't sell right away. Offer something of value, maybe a quick audit, a free resource, or just a smart conversation, and build trust from there. Remember, people don't connect with businesses, they connect with people behind them. To elaborate more on marketing, let's talk about the foundation of your digital brand. Your online presence. Ask yourself, when someone Googles your business, what do they see? Do they find a sleek website with a clear message and easy navigation? Or an outdated page that screams, I forgot to update this since 2021? Because here's the truth. In today's world, your website is your first impression, often before they ever speak to you. Would you buy from your website? If the answer is no, then neither will they. A clean, professional, and trustworthy online presence builds credibility instantly. And this brings us to the conversion rates, the percentage of visitors who take an action, like signing up, purchasing, or contacting you. High traffic means nothing if no one is clicking that buy now or schedule a call button. Good designs, compelling copy, and a clear call to action can significantly boost conversations, which means more customers without spending more money on marketing. That's how you go from being seen to being remembered. So there you have it, 5 sharp actionable ways to give your business the head start it truly deserves. Remember, starting up isn't just about taking risks, it's about making informed moves with confidence and doing the right things first. Whether it's investing time in learning, finding the right support system, or marketing with intentions, the way you start often sets the tone for how far you will go. The entrepreneurial journey is rarely a straight path. It's full of zigzags, late night, feedback loops, and unexpected wins. But the beauty of it all, you don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start smart, stay adaptable, and keep showing up. If this video gave you something to think about, go ahead and hit that like button. Share it with someone who's ready to build, and drop your questions or experiences in the comments. We would love to hear how you're planning to give your business a flying start. Until next time, build boldly, dream bigger, and don't forget, the hustle is yours, but the strategy that makes all the differences.